Hello everybody, this is Crabsco018, and this is probably the one that you guys were waiting the most for me to watch. For those of you who've already seen the series, of course. Yeah. Well, the end of the last episode, they actually managed to make a getaway. Jericho, Bon, and Elaine, while they're running, or while Jericho's running while carrying the two, somehow, boulders are being chucked at them. I mean, seriously. And yet, she's actually managed to take them like a champ and break them, though she gets injured big time because of that. And while they're running, they come across a cave in the mountains. So, they take shelter in it. Turns out, there's a freaking tavern in there called My Sweet Gluttony. And I know why. They go in the tavern, the barkeep sees them. Anyway, they ask to take shelter in the vault, in the wine cellar, whatever you'd want to call it. It looks like a safe on the outside, but the barkeep finds out that 7 deadly sins have not only been acquitted of the charges, but they're heroes now. And what hints at who he is him asking if Merlin is okay, and also hints at the fact that he likes her. Yeah, I know, but it's actually mentioned in, I think, episode 16, I think. Anyway, yeah, the others take shelter in the vault, and right as he shuts the door, boom, the demons show up. And instead of killing him and killing the others like they planned, they start drinking. Which is crazy. And apparently while they're drunk, they decide to play a gallon game. And it's a game where essentially one of them hits the other, and they switch up and until one of them goes down. And if he refuses to play, he obviously gets killed, and so do the others. So either way, he has to do it, or else someone's gonna die. And Gallon lightly taps him on the shoulder. It still knocks him out until probably almost noon. Not close to noon, somewhere around there. Until Gallon tries to grab the battle axe off the wall. It's freaking too heavy for him to lift, which is hilarious. And it's actually not a two-handed axe like he thinks. It's a one-handed axe. And we get to see the barkeep, which is Escanor, pick it up like it's no big deal. Like it's a hand axe, essentially. And yeah, he reveals himself as Escanor, the Lion Son of Pride. And in one swipe of his axe, he bisects Gallon. I think that's what it is. Yeah, bisects Gallon. I was thinking of trisex in one of the Final Destination movies. Obviously that's not going to be enough, because you know how the demon's going to regenerate. And he uses his critical, Gallon uses his magic, even though he was planning apparently to save it from Meliodas. And when he uses magic, it raises his power to its limit, which makes him at 40,000. He attacks Escanor in the process of taking off 2 of the mountaintops. And Escanor just takes it like a freaking boss. Hardly any damage whatsoever. Only like maybe a small graze on his arm. That's it. And we find out that from Merlin that his power is increasing. It went from 50,000 to 55,000 to 60,000 and just kept on going up and up and up. And Escanor was going to do his turn of the game and use some of his actual magic, and it really looked intimidating. It would have been terrifying for anybody to face. I think probably even the Demon King himself. And Gallon took the easy way out. He tried to flee, and thus got turned to stone in the process. Melascula, the demon that I couldn't remember the name of. I'm sorry, I was just currently rewatching that part of the episode. Uses her cocoon of darkness on Escanor and takes his soul and actually eats it. Bad move on her part. It burns her alive from the inside out because of his magic sunshine, which is literally the sun, essentially. It engulfs her in fire and she falls off the freaking cliff into the ravine, and Escanor essentially has to leave because his power is getting a little too strong because it's almost noon, because his power is at its peak at noon. And he said he'd be back by night. Hang on, let me check that real quick. Let's see. Yeah, he gets back at noon and he's back to his normal barkeep self. And so, yeah. Yeah. What can I say about Escanor? He's probably the most OP character in this show that we've seen so far. If he had been in the first season of the Seven Deadly Sins, Hendrickson wouldn't have been in any trouble at all. He would have gotten his butt kicked by Escanor really easily. That's probably why they decided not to have him in there. Because they wanted to make the show, the bad guy, a challenge for, the heroes. Because, I mean, what's a finale without a very challenging endgame boss, So, yeah. I assume that's why they did it. Because from the display we just saw, he would have killed Hendrickson, stopped all the demons that were, going through Leonis at the time, and the others would have just sat on the sidelines and watched because it would have been that easy for him. So, yeah, that's what's happened in this episode. I essentially love Escanor. He's an awesome character. He is freaking OP as all get out. I doubt the other Sins would have been able to take him down even if they all teamed up against him. There ain't no way. That's how strong he is. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the reaction, and I will see everybody next time.